Hi traders, Hari Vladimir here. This is an update for the US session, 31st of January. Euro dollar broke the trend line we had here of the small correction, which now make it look like the euro dollar is trying to complete a full triple cycle to above the level we have been talking about on previous week right here, and to bring us back to this trend line area. So it looks like the bulls are yet holding, and we can say that clearly and cleanly that as long as this last trend line holds, the euro dollar is under bullish pressure. So by ideal, this trend line is the opportunity. If we can get some kind of pullback here, we are looking to go for long. And observing the short term, we have this supportive areas around 107.50. So if we can get closer to there, we might be trying longs. Right to here, that's the very important resistance zone that we have for this pair. Dollar franc, I have been looking for the longs here, which failed to hold the last low of the day here. So we are looking for the next opportunities. The cycle remains the same, no change. We are only after buys here. Weekly is creating a bullish hidden divergence. We have this trend line. Daily chart starts to create a divergence by itself. It's gonna hold, it's gonna make the opportunity for us. Only question of time here, of course. So keep that on the list for the next opportunities to form. It's gonna happen. The only question is how and when. We are still considering this triple cycle. That might be a bit lower. That's fine. That's all good. As per days, I just want to remind you, we have a monster days here, and pair the, you see that, guys? We have the first tomorrow and the third. It's gonna happen. Okay, it's gonna hit that time of zone. 1, 2, 3 more days, and we're there. So we are looking for the opportunities. Currently, this is the last trend on which we pay attention to. We are after this divergence. False break of this area could bring the buy opportunities to us, and that's where we have to put our focus. It could happen slightly lower, approximately around 0.9840 or so, and that's very powerful zone there. Okay, so if we can get there and start to create a false break here, or horizontal false break, something like that, we would be looking for the buy opportunities to form and start to expect the new fly Moto US pair. New Zealandian dollar is another pair we have been looking to go for possible shorts, and what happened, that's the one I wanted to see, break of trend line. It did not happen, which means it created a new high, which means the New Zealandian dollar is completing now a special cycle by itself here, triple here, and one more. It's a monster zone coming for the Australian New Zealand dollar, expecting that could be a false break of the range. Okay, for range here and false break here, a range on the bottom. We are climbing from band to band with double duplication for a monster special cycle. Very powerful sign. The closer we can get to 0.94, the stronger the bearish pressure would become. And we are still after false break opportunities. Now note that could bring us a trend line false break, so something like that. Okay, like let's say it's climbing to here, and then boom, and making the move down. The higher we go here, guys, don't get that wrong. The higher we go now, the stronger the sell would be, and it's all about patience now. So what could be alternative is a false break of this area, then a momentumal break of the previous previous lows, sorry, then two waves up, break of trend line, and we are short on that kind of opportunity. Okay, that's two alternatives we are watching. Which of them are going to happen? I hope that the first one, the higher we climb. There was no trigger, so no trade. Waiting mode. Aussie dollar still holding this high, which means bearish pressure remains on. This one could also vary and create the higher zone. We're still into this range as well, so we can try and climb higher this area before we are actually going for massive sell opportunity. But we're still holding that area, which means we could be looking for possible sells. And the way to do that would be, of course, as this was the move, range move, the break of the trend line, and then only then we can be looking for retraces and go for sell, as the 4-hour chart cycle is still on this triple cycle format. Okay, so which of them are gonna happen? No clue. We are waiting for that opportunity to form for us, and if we climb higher, we have the daily range. If we break down, we have the 4-hour chart opportunity cycle to trade. Aussie franc is approaching the level we wanted, so get ready to look for the buy opportunities here. Okay, that looks good, builds up good, and we should get ready for action. And you know the levels there, you know the plan there. We have been talking about it for a while. New Zealand CAD also potentially getting the opportunity. We need to go here below this area, retrace, and we are after sells. Okay? If that does not follow and keep climbing, let it. As I said, the higher we go, the better our sell would be according to this for daily range and the weekly bearish pressure we have. So we already in a great zone. We just need to find a setup, and for us it would be the divergence opportunity with false break, lower lows, and then we can go and try to sell rallies. So that's what again on the list. Dollar yen completed the move we talked about, and that's time to cash out. Very good setup, very good profits. Now we are looking for the new opportunities. And following that, now about the pound pairs, they start to be ultra interesting. And here comes the pound dollar, which expected to continue higher. Double sun correction, bullish breakout. Basically, as long as the last low holds, every drop down, we are looking for buys. And same about all the pound pairs. Pound Kiwi is the only one, as you can see, that did not break the last high yet. So we're waiting for that to happen here. That was the false break. No higher highs yet. So we played that safer a bit. But the rest, Pound Aussie did the move. Did the breakout here. So easily we could expect a continuation to the upside. It looks really good. And as long as the last bottom holds, we are after buys. Now what's the best way to go for buys here? If we can get into 2 waves correction, and then with the breakout, we're going to tighten the risk there and potentially maximize the profits. Same with the pound CAD, looks great on its opportunity. According to the weekly cycle, we are only after buys, daily cycle as well. This trend line was broken and holding here very, very well. On the 4-hour chart, 2 cycles down, I was expecting, to be honest, a bit below than 162, but didn't happen yet. And on the 1-hour chart, it created for us the false break opportunity and the higher highs momentum. So I want 2 waves here correction, breakout to minimize the possible risk and try to enjoy the highs. All that is relevant as long as the last low does hold, because if it doesn't, we might get that into triple cycle correction, and that could take us to below the 162 I have been just talking about. And that's why we don't blindly attack. We're waiting for the opportunities of the correction to go and make it happen. Okay, keep an eye on that one. Euro franc looks good again with this kind of correction. If that completes this false break, that's a very nice sign for that pair. I think if that does that, we can start looking for the buy opportunities. If it completes the false break as I show on the daily chart, we will be looking for 2 waves down here and longs. It should make the move. All that would be versus the daily last bottom, expecting this double cycle make for us some great move. Actually, it's short-term cycle, because all that move is stuck inside this 2 candles range. So that will be a short-term cycle here, but a good one to start and try to get into the longs. And that's the main things we have on the list. S&P completing the second false break here, which is a monster call, but we still would want to go below this area. If we do, that's a very healthy sign to start looking for the sell opportunity with this setup. So we need convergence to complete, and we are heading there. Same with the Dow Jones, or this bottom it has. Break below, retrace up, and we are after sells. That could be a very, very good opportunity. Euro Kiwi holding here, and we are still following to see if we get a close as a false break on a daily. We're sticking up on the MACD. If yes, it's a very nice sign to start looking for possible buys as well, as long as the last low will hold, of course. And for that to happen, we would be looking for something like that, 2 waves and a breakout, or false break setup, higher highs, retrace, and then buys. Again, all is relevant as long as the last low holds. And this is what we are after. So let's see what happens on that situation. Euro Aussie also looks healthy, good, correct, call it the way you want. It broke the trend line and it looks healthy. If we can go and retest that, that would be very nice buy opportunity. Weekly cycle, we are in this range and on the bottom of the range. According to daily cycle, we are still on a daily range and climbing from there. It's really nice setups we have here. So we need to get a correction here, 2 waves, and we will be trying to go with this long direction. That would be all for now, guys, for the quick update we have. You have all the things we follow, and you know what to do. Now we are waiting for the setups to attack and enter the trades. Thanks for your time watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Yours, Vladimir.